Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for another show. We're here for a different type of show. We're here for a top four show. We're talking about the four teams that are in the top race for fourth position, as it seems it's just so unpredictable at the moment. It's so hard to call. It's so hard to predict. But yeah, like, you know what I mean. So. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the share button as well. I'm just gonna let people know I'm live. Just let some people know I'm live now. The top four show, but yeah, make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribe button. Get your questions in and your comments in. Right, the link is in the chat as well. So you can come on and have your say. So we're just gonna do it as an open stream tonight. Hopefully get a few of you on, have a bit of banter as well. So unfortunately the Tottenham fan couldn't come on tonight. He's not around tonight. The Wolves fan might be able to, should be able to, but we'll wait and see. But you know me, right? We'll move no matter what. We make do with what, no matter what, and I appreciate anyone that comes in and watches. Right, and yeah, make sure you do that. But yeah, who really wants top four? If we look at the situation right now, let's get the Premier League table up. Let's look at the table right now. So if we look at the top four race right now, you could also count West Ham in this as well. To be fair, I should have counted West Ham in this, to be honest, but there you go. Next time I will. I do apologise to anyone not to West Ham fan, but the reason probably I didn't is because of the amount of games they've played. But yeah, as you can see, Man United are in fourth with 47 points. West Ham are fifth. They've played 27 games on 45. We've played only 24 games on 45 points. Tottenham 3 points behind us with, and we got a game in hand on them. They play 25 games, 26 games for Wolves, and they are on 40 points. They've lost their last two games. I think their last two games have been Arsenal, I believe. No, it was West Ham, sorry. So they lost against West Ham, which was a critical game for them. So they had to get a result there, and they didn't. You could say now, because this show was planned to be about earlier as well. So you could say now that they're out. That and they could be out of the picture. Yeah. Obviously, we know we got the Chelsea game going on right now. Chelsea Luton. They got the FA Cup tonight, and it's 3-2. It's 3-2. So to Chelsea, they went to 1-0 down. They got it back to 1-0. They're now 1-0, right? Now they've managed to. They managed to get back the lead. They managed to get the lead for the first time in the game. Sorry, they went 1-0 down, then went 1-0, then went 2-1 down going into half time. Timo Werner, like the most unlikely of sources, with a goal, and then Romelu Lukaku gets one in the 78th minute. And I think that's pretty much Luton done for, to be honest. They're on the 90th minute now. So, but yeah, that's a very interesting game to watch. I'd love to see the highlights of that. Let's have a look at the games that have been played. So you've had Tottenham lose 1-0 last night. Big up Eugene, who was on Spurs Asian TV earlier today. So, and big up everyone who was on there. That was a good stream, that was. So you got those games going on. You've got Crystal Palace, they won 2-1. Man City won 2-0. Liverpool are winning 2-0 at half time. Southampton at 2-0. And then you've got a game tomorrow and a game on Monday. So, yeah, interesting scorelines there. Big up Jordan, my bro. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, the links in chat, man. So yeah. Yeah, so that makes interesting reading. Let's go to Premier League fixtures. Let's have a look at back to the Premier League. So looking at the Premier League table, like if you see the most consistent, right, is Arsenal. They've at their last 5 games, they've lost 1, drawn 1, won 3. Man United are probably next with their last 5 games, drawn 3, won 2. But if you look at the games Man United have played in that time, 0-0 against Watford, 1-1 against Southampton, 1-1 against Burnley, and only a 2-0 win against the Brighton side. Let's be honest, throughout that game, they got absolutely battered. Right? I believe they got battered in that game. If you look at the stats, 50-50 possession. But if you speak to most Man United fans, they say they didn't play well at all. They didn't play well at all. So yeah, interesting reading, mate. Interesting reading. Yeah, you know. So but there you go. Like there you go. So yeah. But yeah, if you look at the results of, if you look, so like, sorry, my mistake. Right, I do that thinking I'm on the other page, on the other tab, when I'm not. But right, so if we go back to games, that's what I was meant to do. Go back on that one. So yeah, so if you go back to the table as it is, Arsenal are sitting pretty right now. Their games in hand, I believe, are Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea's one of them. Right, don't forget we've got to play Man United as well, right, in all this. And if you ask any Man United fan, they don't feel like they're going to beat us in that game. I don't think they feel like that at all. That's very funny, right, to think that. Like, they don't feel confident in that game whatsoever. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, like Wolves, for example. I'm surprised with Wolves. Wolves have done well. I think now they're pretty much. I think you could say they're out of it, but like to be where they are and to be in the question at this stage of the season is pretty darn good with like the manager they've got, Bruno Lage. A lot of people didn't know about him. Wolves, they were writing off this season as not doing much. I don't think they were saying they get relegated, but because they didn't know much about this manager, I think it was rated like the lowest rated manager out of a poll, a survey out of all the Premier League the fans of Premier League clubs. Like, and the second lowest was Arteta. To be funny enough, like, and look at it that he's sitting pretty in 8th. They're difficult to beat. They do struggle to score goals as well. If you look at their goal scoring record, they've conceded 21 goals and only scored 24. So, like, it's like Arsenal. If you look at Arsenal, our goal difference is 11, 38 goals. 38 goals. 27. Where if you compare to Man United, they've got 44 goals for. But the problem is, no. Go away. Sorry. Big up, Mike. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad. But yeah, looking at this like table at the games at the minute, like I was just explaining about how Wolves have were written off at the start of the season with their new manager, and the fact that eighth, they're difficult to beat. They do struggle scoring goals, which is what's cost them a few times. But the fact that they've been up there and in question for top four, same as West Ham again with David Moyes, but we saw it last season. But yeah, what have you made of it?
Of Wolves?
Yeah.
It was a difficult one, wasn't it? Nuno was excellent for them. He was loved for bringing them up from the Championship. And the squad they had in the Championship was absolutely unreal. They had Neves. They had Cavallero at the time, who was excellent in the Championship. And, the players they had for that level, Willy Bolly was there at the time. It was not a Championship squad. It was a Premier League squad. And Nuno knew exactly that when he got to the Premier League, they didn't have to wait a season or two to, sort of attract better players. They were going to come straight to Wolves because they could see the sort of project that was going there. Got them to the Premier League, got them to the Europa League, was arguably in that 17-18 season or the one after, I can't remember, was probably manager of the year with what he'd done with that Wolves team. He left the last year of his time at Wolves was awful, to be fair. It was really bad. They were failing to score. They were, giving goals away for free. Bruno Lago came in, very underestimated manager at the time. But yeah, he's done great with Wolves. I mean, look at the goals that they've sort of that they've conceded. A lot of them this season have not been like errors. It's just been great goals. I remember the goal we scored against them at their ground, Mason Greenwood's goal. He just cuts inside on the right foot, right across the keeper. There's nothing he can do. And obviously that was the only goal we scored against them this season. And I've watched some of their other games as well, and a few of their games they don't concede like a goal where the defender makes a mistake, the keeper makes a mistake. It's just wonder strikes that they seem to concede. So yeah, very underestimated team. They've looked so good as well.
Yeah. I don't know about Arsenal being favourites. We still have a culture of bottle jobs under Arteta. I think in the situation we're in, sentiment, and don't forget, I'm Arteta out as well. But in the position we're in, we shouldn't concede top four. We're in a very pretty situation right now, and we got the destiny in our own hands. Everyone's worrying about what we're doing, to be honest, and everyone's actually starting to wake up and realise that everyone is like they're starting to realise that Arsenal have got it in their own hands. It's up to them whether they decide to bottle it or not, right? So yeah, you have to consider that when going into it. But we should get top four. Whether we will, I don't know. I mean, how do you see like with Arsenal, Mike? Because like I know a lot of the fans that usually come on here, they're very skeptical over what's happened before with the manager. But do you feel that this is now Arsenal's time to finally get full spot?
If you don't, it'll be an absolute drop off. Because it's like I said, it is a difficult one to be truthfully honest, because there's a lot of teams, well, not a lot of teams, but there's a couple of teams around there that could on their day string 4 or 5 wins in a row that haven't been consistent this year, i.e. Man United and i.e. West Ham. The only teams I'd rule out at the moment, I don't want to rule out Tottenham because, like I said, they could easily go and they've gone away to the Etihad and won, so they're definitely capable in a one-off game of going away to big sides and still winning. They've still got to play you lot. They've still got to play us. believe they still have got West Ham at home, which they might not actually, but if they have, that's 3 massive games for Tottenham coming up, and I'm sure that every single one of us have still got a couple down the bottom. I know we've still got Norwich at home, we've still got Brentford at home. I think you've still got you've beat Norwich twice, haven't you?
Yeah, we beat Norwich twice now.
But yeah, you
beat 1-0 and then we beat them about 5-0, I believe.
Yeah. It is.
Well, let's have a look. I mean, look, what I'll do is I'll bring up everyone's fixture list. So how about that? So Arsenal have got. I'll bring it down. They've got Leicester, Liverpool. They've got Watford, sorry.
Yeah.
They've got Watford, sorry. Then Leicester. 2 winnable games, in my opinion, to be honest, the way Leicester have been playing.
I don't know. Leicester were good last night.
Yeah, I know, but
I just
feel the way things have been going at the club, I do feel.
Yeah.
If
definitely, Arsenal are definitely better than Leicester in this moment in time. 100%. They'll be going into that game.
That's what I'm basing it on at the minute. If I'm basing it on that, Liverpool, no way, right?
Yeah.
Not on the form they're on. Aston Villa away, tough game.
Villa are in awful form apart from that win at Brighton. But then again, they got a big win at Brighton. So
yeah, we played Villa Park midday at about this stage of the season. Last season we lost 1-0. So that says it all. Crystal Palace.
They've done the double over last year, didn't they?
They did the double, yeah. They did double over last season. Crystal Palace is going to be difficult. Brighton will be a difficult game. It also depends if Brighton, knowing Crystal Palace got nothing to play for.
That's what I mean. These games like Brighton, Southampton, Palace, Villa, they could be
around. Games you'll want at the end of the season because they're in the middle of no man's land.
No, you've got 3 huge games at the end of the season against 3 teams that will be down there. Your running is absolutely different. Jesus Christ, I didn't see how bad your running is. You've got 2 teams that are going for top 4, and you've got 3 teams. Well, I'd say 2 teams that are fighting
for your life. You've got you got Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Brighton. By the time we play them, I think it's pretty much they're in the midfield, so they're not going to be too worried about where they finish. To be honest, same as Southampton. I think Southampton will be safe by that point.
Right. Southampton had a fantastic season.
Yeah, Leeds United, West Ham. West Ham, I think, might drop off by that point.
They might still be wanting to finish in the Europa League places, though.
Yeah, definitely. Leeds United is going to be awful. Newcastle, I think, will be safe by then. Everton, they could be fighting for their lives on the last day.
Yeah, that and you could be in a position where, because we've got Palace on the final day.
Yeah.
And we've got a position where
at Selhurst Park, or is it?
It's at Selhurst, yeah.
Oh, it's Selhurst. Yeah, that's even more difficult.
We could be in a situation where Palace are already safe and don't care about their results, so they're playing for pride. So that's going to be tough. And Selhurst Park is always tough. And you could be up against an Everton side. Weirdly enough, I still can't believe I'm saying this, against an Everton side that are fighting for their lives. So. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll get our fixtures up if you want, and you can get someone else.
I'm getting them up now. So
yeah.
So you've got Man City. This is where we need to capitalise on you, right? Because you've got.
I think the Man City Liverpool games are always difficult because they're derbies. But
yeah, the way you're performing though, I can't see anything coming from that game. I just can't. Maybe it's maybe a little bit of bias in there, but I just don't see it. I just can't see it.
I think we'll get a result out of one of them. I think we'll get a result out of one of them. It's just typical United.
Yeah.
I think we'll beat City.
I think you'll beat Spurs. To be honest.
I think we'll beat City and get hammered by Liverpool.
Yeah.
Because that's just after the Europa League. Bloody hell.
And to be honest, Man City are on the back foot at the minute.
We've always had
to be honest.
We always have a good record at City.
Yeah, this time last season you beat them back 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Yeah. Then you got Leicester, which should be an easy ride. Everton's going to be a difficult game.
Oh, that's going to be massive. That game at Goodison Park is... Yeah.
Norwich City are going to be a big game because they'll be fighting for their lives.
It can be done by then, hopefully.
Arsenal, Man United is the game.
That's the
game.
decider.
This is the game. This will decide it.
Yeah.
Okay? Like,
How upsetting does that feel? Though? That would be a title decider 6 years ago, 6, 7.
That would have been a title decider with about 4 games left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man United, Brentford, then which Brentford's gonna be a difficult game because they're fighting for it.
A lot of people have said this to me. They see us absolutely hammering a team this season. I thought it was going to be Leeds at their ground, which I hate to say, so I'm not going to say. So I do think we're going to absolutely slap a team. I'm not sure that team is, but I think out of Norwich, Brentford, and who else is it at home? Norwich, Brentford, and I swear we got someone else. Oh no, that's it. Well, the other one was Watford, actually. No way that ended up. So I did say out of Norwich, Brentford, and Watford at home, one of them will be a 4-5-0. But
yeah, absolutely. If I'm looking at also, so
Chelsea game could be irrelevant. Really.
To be honest, though, no. For Chelsea, it'd be irrelevant. For you, it'd be massive.
Yeah. But then again, if Chelsea start dropping points, like they struggle tonight.
Do you know what? I've said that for a while now. They are going to get dragged into it if they're not careful.
Yeah, because they're sat in third at the moment. I don't know if it's by 5 points, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you think it's a distraction? What's going on, like with the ownership?
They looked off it tonight against Luton.
Yeah.
Luton nearly beat them, and they took the lead twice against them, and Chelsea just looked deflated. Because there's a lot of politics going around it, but I think they're in debt they could be in debt if Roman does leave, and I think a couple of players have to leave. I think.
I don't think Roman would call back the loans on the club, though. To be honest, I don't think he would.
Yeah, apparently he wants to send. Apparently, he wants to send the money to Ukraine or something. To
I don't.
Russia.
I don't think, though. I don't think. To be honest, he loves that club to death, so I don't think he would do that to the club. To be honest, so I'll be gobsmacked if he calls back the loans on them and cripples them. Can Arteta beat Chelsea? Not likely. Can Arteta beat Liverpool? No chance. Got him under wraps. Arteta didn't even beat interim Carrick of United. Yeah, I know. Like, to be fair, though, sentiment, and don't get me wrong, and like I keep saying, I'm still Arteta out. From those games, we have got better and better. And we, like in the Wolves game, we didn't play well at all, but we grounded out a win.
You actually look
as much as like you don't like the manager and I don't like the manager, you've got to give him his flowers on that. You've got to give him his flowers on that, where he's actually grinded out results where we've not played well, but still managed to get the win. And that's something that we have been able to develop. And since also like he dropped Aubameyang as well from the team, and we've become more balanced. So, and that's not because of Aubameyang personally; it's because in fact he just didn't fit the system. So, like in that sense, it's helped us big time. We've grown big time since then. But then Everton now they do have Lampard, so like we should probably win that game. But then, to be fair, Everton have picked up a little bit since then, since they appointed him. But yeah, like I said, is that in our position we should not be drop top 4. It would be an absolute travesty if we did, and I would not be happy. Let's put it that way. But then again, what we'll do is we'll finish about 5th, and then everyone will go, but at least we improved on 8th. We were in a top 4 race. Yeah, so what? Great, you took part in it. Well done. What do you want, a medal?
I think this is all about the taking part that counts.
No, this is this new way of political correctness,
like
sort of thing. And I'm like, No, fuck that. I want to win. I don't care about taking part. I want to win.
Well,
Like,
you
in
don't
elite
go
level
into
sport,
a
you want to
race.
win games.
You don't go into a race in sports day and think, oh, don't worry about winning, pal.
Yeah.
I'll just wait until 4 people pass me in the race, and then
Well,
I'll
to be
take part.
fair, Mike, in sports day in schools, in like when you were a kid, I get the whole part of taking part, like, and everything.
Then again,
But
you
of
should
course,
be
you still
competitive.
want to win, but
Hey.
you still want to win, but you do register that it is also about taking part as well. But
Yeah,
in elite level sport, it's totally different. No, I'm sorry. You're there to win. You're there to win. Like, in elite level sport, that's the whole point of it. You've been built and trained as a player to go and win games and go and win titles and leagues and cups and stuff like that. Not to sit there and take part and just grab
yeah.
all the money you can for being top 4 or being part of a top 4 race or anything.
Do you think
Like,
Luton will be standing in the dressing room tonight and say, "Well, we scored 2 goals past
we
Chelsea.
scored 2 goals though.
We
Yeah,
gave them a chance. We were unlucky." No, they'll be furious that they've lost.
yeah,
Even
they'll be upset.
in Europe.
To be fair, I think with Luton, they'll be pissed off the fact that they took the lead twice and they blew it. But they would be also proud of themselves of the performance they put in.
Yeah.
Like,
Look,
they still wouldn't be happy they didn't win, but they at least be proud of the fact that they gave Chelsea a real scare and nearly knocked them out.
not just that, not Chelsea, Stephen. Chelsea's near enough full 11. It was Lukaku, Mount, Werner, Rudiger. I can't remember the full.
Hang on, I'll give you the lineup now. Actually, I'll give you the lineup now. It's. Did it just say 4-2? No, 3-2.
It's finished full time.
It's 3-2. Yeah. So you got Burnley, Chelsea, Newcastle. Sorry. I'm talking about matches, aren't I? Stupid.
Hold on.
Burnley, Newcastle is in the back three of Chelsea. Yeah. So you got.
Burnley can they?
You probably do a better job, actually, to be honest, being Burnley. Kepa in goal. Loftus-Cheek, Rudiger, Sarr, Hudson-Odoi.
Wait, Loftus-Cheek played centre out, did he?
No, Hudson-Odoi was on wide right.
Yeah, Loftus-Cheek played centre
back. Loftus-Cheek was centre back. Yeah,
he must have been in the middle.
He was in the middle of that he was in the middle of that three.
Yeah,
I'll show it actually. To be honest, there you go. Look,
I know they had to put. I think Harvey Vale got onto the bench for them as well.
So you've got. Yeah, Kennedy on the left, and then you got Werner, Lukaku.
Kennedy, I haven't seen him for a few years.
Yeah, so that's a pretty strong 11.
That front is insane. Mount, Lukaku, Werner.
Yeah, and you're playing against Luton, right? You got Conte, Kovacic, Pulisic. Look at this. You got Robert Snodgrass from fucking Norwich, man. Like, Conte, Kovacic, Pulisic, Mendy, Barkley, James,
and then 2 academy.
Then three academy players on top of that.
Cameron Jerome, Snodgrass, Jesus.
Yeah, man. Like
Norwich.
And they nearly got knocked out by her.
Norwich 2009.
Absolutely, man. Like, but there you go. Roman has voided the 1.5. Yeah, that's what I thought you'd do. I didn't think you'd get him to pay it. I don't think he'd do it. Not to the club. He loves the club too much to do it.
Yeah,
right. That's why I just didn't see him doing it.
To be fair, I know he loves the club, which you always want your owner to do. But he was in. He would have had every right if he wanted to avoid that.
Absolutely.
To make pay it.
Absolutely. If you know what I'm talking about.
Very Russian. But
let's not go into that, shall we? Let's leave that right where it is.
Yeah. Let's leave its rightful place in the bin.
Yeah, in the bin. Like,
he would have had every right to make them pay it, and that's just a nice touch.
Yeah.
to avoid.
Have we got better? I still see frailties in the defence from last year. In my opinion, he's doing an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Arteta Gunnar Solskjaer, relying on individual brilliance to ball him. I see where you're coming from, and there are still frailties at times. There are still frailties, but there has been some performances where we have played well. Like, I'll give you an example, Sentiment. If we played that game against Wolves, where we went down to 10 men, we would have bottled it last season. We would have bottled that last season, that 1-0 lead. We would have, and we did, actually. We were at the Molineux. We were 1-0 up. We got David Luiz got sent off, and we bottled it 2-1. This time, we had Martinelli sent off, and we didn't bottle it. We held out a 1-0 win. And we had people putting bodies on the line, which is something you don't usually see with Arsenal, right? So, like, don't get me wrong. Like I keep saying, I don't want to fucking praise him. I can't stand the guy, but in the end, you got to praise him when he does well. So Pepe to dig it out of the ground, like, mate, yeah, Pepe. Like, what did I tell all these Arteta fans? Immediately went on Twitter saying like as soon as Pepe scored, like, and then also was contributing for the second goal as well. And I'm like, hang on, you were all cussing him off, saying he weren't good enough.
Yeah, Pepe's a baller.
He's a baller, mate. You play him. If you know how to manage him and you know how to play him, he tears the wing apart. And I'm not joking.
Bits for the Ivory Coast because he's playing in
yeah.
a system that, I'm not being funny, but Arsenal are not massive, are they? So you've got to find something to build a team around. You can't feel.
If you look at last season, if you look at his first season, remember, you're struggling with having Emery and then Lundberg. Then the one game against Lundberg is against West Ham. I remember this goal. And he literally just shifted it onto his left foot and bent it in top bins. Like, just literally like it was totally natural and he'd do it for fun. And I'm like, mate, and it was like the first victory I think we had away in like 2 months. We actually first victory we had in 2 months completely. And I'm like, that's what happens when you play him right. When you use him correctly. Right? And he's not worth 72 million. Don't get me wrong. He's not worth 72 million. But he's definitely 50 mil at least.
Yeah. Well, I was at the time when you were linked with him, so.
Man City, Liverpool have recognised. Sorry, I'll get back to your point. I'll just read this out. Similar types of goals because they have a system of play unlike Arteta. KDB, Whip, Sterling, Foden, back post tapping, Trent and Robbo. Yeah, look, I'm not saying there's still problems. There's still problems at this club. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not going to be fixed overnight, but it shouldn't take 4 years to fix either. Like, so, like, it should be progressing a lot faster than it is. But there you go. Like, even if we finish 5th now, we ain't getting rid of this manager. No way. He's getting a new deal. Right, he's getting a new deal. Right. But like I said, guys, the link is in the chat. If people do want to come on and have their say, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, the contract would be deserved if he gets top 4. Because I know obviously you don't like him and a lot of people don't, but getting you top 4 in a season where going into it, obviously now it's a lot different, but going into it, United have just signed Ronaldo. Tottenham have kept Harry Kane. West Ham are building on the season that they had last season. Obviously, Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Arsenal are probably expected to finish around about 5th or 6th. So the fact that you are favourites to get top 4, he's done. Like you said earlier, you've got to give him his flowers. He has done pretty good to. Obviously, there's a lot of football to be played. You could still finish 6th or 7th and nowhere near the top 4. But if he does it, does he deserve that contract?
If he gets top 4, he should get the contract. If he doesn't, he should walk.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Right, I've said I will bite my tongue. Right, I won't say what I've said is if he gets top 4, he deserves his opportunity to be in the Champions League because he's earned the right. Right, that means what I'll do is I'm not Arteta in. I'll just hold my tongue. I'll
Yeah.
hold my tongue and see if he can do it both during the week and also on the weekend. And if people, you know what happened is that we'll get to like the third game of the group stages. We're falling off in the league, right, like a stone. Like, and what people say is, yeah, but we're playing midweek, and I'm like, but you wanted to play midweek. You wanted Champions League football, didn't you?
Yeah, now you're moaning about it.
Yeah, and now you're sitting there bitching about it. So if you want to be a top club, you should be able to play on a Wednesday or Tuesday and
Not just
come
that.
home on a Saturday or Sunday and beat the team next week.
Look at the last
Simple as
couple.
that.
Look at the last couple of winners of the Champions League, right? Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Liverpool. If you look at those teams, that Chelsea team last season, not awful in the Premier League, but average in the Premier League, Champions League, unreal. Liverpool in that Champions League season, not amazing. But they run Man City very close. Went on to win the Champions League. You know, they were 3-0 down against Barcelona, turned that around 4-0 at Anfield. Even Bayern Munich sometimes, a few times when they've won the Champions League. I remember when they beat Dortmund in the Champions League final, when Dortmund actually won the league that year, won the Bundesliga. Bayern went and won the Champions League, and Dortmund were better than Bayern into that final. So it does seem like you need to have two sort of squads. You need to have a Premier League squad and a Champions League squad where you can obviously you will get crossovers. And I think if you do get top 4, some of these players you have out on loan, which I don't know why you've loaned out players when you need players, but there we are. I think
our transfer policies are which to behold.
I think Maitland-Niles gets into your squad, not team, squad. I even thought Chambers would be a part of your squad moving forward, but that deal just really shocked me the way he just left. Who else? Torreira, Guendouzi, Saliba.
Guendouzi, yeah, Saliba, Torreira.
Nelson, is he
Guendouzi,
still?
do you know what really pisses me off about the Guendouzi situation?
Is Reece on your books?
Yeah, I think he's on loan as well. Yeah, he's on loan as well.
Feyenoord, isn't it? If I'm
Feyenoord, yeah. The one thing that pisses me off about Guendouzi, right, is that he got shafted out for one incident on the pitch. Granit Xhaka not just has an incident on the pitch, like with constant red cards, right? Every fucking season, he gets the most probably red cards out of any player in the Premier League. And yet, the guy tells the fans to fuck off on top of that, and yet he gets 2 contracts and gets to be one of the main men at Arsenal and still be part of the leadership group. So basically, you're basically still a captain. It's basically what you're saying. If we have a leadership group to be who's captain, you're basically being a captain. Sorry, I said that twice there, but there you go.
a lot of people say that the captain's armband.
But you see, what I'm saying is like Guendouzi's getting shafted out, yet Xhaka's staying. And this is what Arsenal fans don't get: is that Guendouzi's hardly done anything, right? Apart from one incident, Xhaka should be the one should be hounded out. Go on. Sorry, you were saying.
No, I was just saying that. The captain's armband. I don't think it. I might get. I might get like sort of slated for saying it, but I don't think the captain's armband is anything that big, to be honest with you. Anyway, because if you look at these historical teams down the years, the Invincibles, the treble team, the 08 team, Man United, that is the Century.
Right, Alex, I'm going to put you on timeout for that sort of comment. You either going to come back and actually be and actually contribute to the chat and not be a dick, or you can piss off. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I don't even want to ask for it. Yeah, as I was saying, I don't think the armband is that much of a big deal anymore, because if you're in a world-class team, like I think Liverpool have 3 or 4 leaders in their starting 11. I think you could class Van Dijk as a leader. I think you could class Alisson as a leader. Obviously, you've got Jordan Henderson, who is their captain, excuse me. And I think you could also class someone like a Fabinho as a leader. So maybe even Salah as well, who's captain for his country. So I don't think, like I said, I'm probably going to get slated, but I don't think the captain's armband means anything anymore. It's just an.
You know what? You got a good point there. It really doesn't, to be honest. You see how it's cast after the rounds. And by the way, I'll just put in the chat what you said.
Right. Okay.
It's hypocrisy. The pair, yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah. You really think so? I was going to get caught out saying that? Yeah. Okay. Nice try. Try that again. Like, to be honest, I should have just blocked him. To be honest, there you go. Abramovich is selling Chelsea. Arsenal will get top 4. Watford 0. Arsenal 5 on Sunday. Xhaka out. Arteta out. And Kroenke out. Big up, Stephen. Hope all is well. Says Hemel.
Maybe.
Hemel. So, my bad. Right. Sorry. You can crucify me later. Right. Yeah. It's yeah. Groomers of failure and mediocrity. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna deny that. Like that. No. Do you know what that is? That most of that is just like the modern fan these days. They'll celebrate any little win at Arsenal. And I think you see it at Man United now as well. They've starved themselves of so much success. Like you haven't won a league since what, 9 years ago now. Right, it'll be 10 years ago next year, and you're celebrating any little success. It's like when you watch the Wolves game and the celebration of that Wolves game, it's like we won the World Cup. Honestly, people were like, they were jumping up and down, screaming and shouting like we've won the Champions League, and I'm like, we've not even got top 4 yet. Like, we've not even got there yet. So like, it ain't even the end of the season. And it's kind of like similar to how do you remember when we played Leicester at the Emirates when Leicester won the title? We beat them 2-1, the last kick of the game.
Yeah, because Chris keeps taking the piss about how you celebrate.
How we celebrated, because we all thought that was it. Arsenal were going to go on and actually win it. Like I remember sitting there and watching it in the pub, right? And it wasn't our local pub because unfortunately we couldn't keep the house, so we moved into a temporary accommodation about 15 miles away from where we used to live, and there used to be a local pub there, so we watched the game in there, right, with my dad, and we were both jumping up and down and screaming because we actually thought that's it, we're gonna do it. And then we went to fucking Old Trafford.
Yeah,
and some prick called Rashford turned up.
he's mad red.
Yeah, mate. What's your take on Rashford? Because I'm hearing a lot of Man United fans and now they want him gone. What's your take on him?
Nah, the boy's a genius. Never, like, this is one line that will work in any walk of life. Don't support us when we're well. If you can't, back us when we're not doing well. Marcus Rashford is clearly going through a bad patch. He's clearly got problems on and off the pitch with regards to some other teammates in the team. I know he was best mates with Mason Greenwood. He's best mates with Jesse Lingard, both of which, obviously Mason Greenwood's a different situation, but Lingard's been treated like crap by the club. That's going to affect you. Of course it is. They both came through the academy together. I know Mason... Oh, by the way, that Liverpool game against Man United will now be rearranged with Liverpool's progression in the FA Cup. So we won't we won't be playing Liverpool in March. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Okay.
But But yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, I think Marcus Rashford is clearly going back. And I think he's had to take a lot on. I think in the past couple of well, I'd say 18 months to 2 years, he's had to take a lot on. He's had the obviously helping the kids. Another thing is, remember the Super League? Everyone, all Man United fans are like, oh, what are you going to do now, Rashford? You're all right to feed the kids. Are you going to try and prevent this? I'm like, the guy's a footballer.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect him to do? Solve world peace? So, you know, they're expecting him to do so much off the pitch and realising he's...
You wouldn't be surprised if you get people saying, like, why aren't you going to Russia and sorting it out there? You know what I mean?
But no,
it's
that's
like what you're asking for. What do you want to ask? So, honestly. But,
yeah, it is pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic.
yeah.
Like 5-10 years ago, football...
To be honest, mate, look, Mike, sorry to cut you off there. I couldn't care what he does off the pitch. I rather he could be an horrible prick off the pitch. As long as he's performing on the pitch, I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Unless obviously he's doing something that's, by the way, unless he's doing something that's completely and utterly wrong, right? And I'm not going to mention any other situations, but we know what they are. But like we know what players they are, and like you know what I'm talking about. Unless he's committing murder or something like on those lines, like obviously you don't support him in that sense. But if they're just generally as a basically, if say like for instance, Jensen Button or for example, or Usain Bolt, you meet them in person, they're actually just arrogant pricks. Like they're great at what they do, but they're just arrogant pricks. For example, I'm not saying they are, but you know what I'm saying. They're just arrogant in their personality. Like,
and every walk of life,
I don't mind that. I don't mind that as long as they win on the football pitch. I don't mind that.
There's YouTubers that I know, not obviously like massive YouTubers, but there's a few YouTubers that I know. They're on, you know, a decent amount of subscribers. They get, you know, good sort of praise about them, and I've actually met them at an event, and they're an asshole, and it's weird. Like, you know, as long as basically you don't need to be a nice person if you're good at what you do, and you can put a you know, a fake face on for an hour on stream or an hour and a half, or in the football teams, if you can put in 90 minutes of a hard...
I can't see how people do that. I can't seem to see how they do that, because for me, like I've always said from day one, what you see on here is what you get. My opinion and the way I am, it doesn't change. I'll help any, like I don't care if you've got 1 sub or 50 million sub or 2 million subs. Like if people want my help, I'll help them out if I can fit them in my schedule. Or at least what I don't like is when you try and message someone and say, like, I messaged someone for like the charity stream that's coming up on Big Yellow Friday, which by the way, it's on 11th of March. Make sure you get it in your diaries. And you don't get any responses back.
You can't be getting the 4th of March. That's when the darts is on.
Well, no, 4th of March is the actual day itself, but we put it back a week so we can get extra planning to make it look, to make it perfect. So, yeah, but like I was just saying, is that what I don't like is when you go out your way to ask them, and you ask them as nicely as you can and everything, and they don't even read it, or they don't. They read it. What's worse, they read it because sometimes they might be too busy to read it. But they read it, but they don't answer back. Well, I'm like, you just read it. So what? If you just read it, why can't you just quickly say, yeah, okay, I'll get hold of you. I'm a bit busy right now, but give me like a decent amount of time and whatever, and I'll get back to you.
Or even so, unfortunately, I'm a bit busy on that day. I won't be able to. But thanks for asking.
I mean, one time I got a DM and it was like, I'm sorry, but with the way things are right now, I can't commit to any streams or of any kind at the minute. And I'll just literally, if I hear that, I'll just go, yeah, okay, it's fine. Otherwise, keep smashing your content and do what you're doing. But just some of them just don't even reply, and I just feel that's just like, mate, like, come on, man. Like, I'll always try and reply as much as I can. Like, unless if I don't reply to anyone, I think actually Niall the other day, I did reply a lot, like in 3 days to his DMs, and he was wondering, like, "Are you reading them?" And I'm like, "I'm reading them. It's just I'm just cutting myself off at the minute because I can't. I'm struggling to cope with my life right now."
I put a video out for my Newport Forest Green vlog, and his comment was, "Nice haircut." Like, I'm not even laughing at it. I literally had to delete the comment because you don't comment on someone, like, it's just like, if you're doing this stream now, if I put in the chat, "Oh, night, what are you drinking? You know, what are you having to drink tonight?" Like, it's just, well, it's gonna.
Much, man.
Well, I didn't mean it, but like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why? But yeah, sorry if you want.
Look, mate. Look, I don't mind. Like, people can put the one. Do you know what? I'm very easy. I'm very easygoing when it comes to that. Like, I just appreciate them being in the chat and watching. So,
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. Oh, fucking hell, no. Fuck.
What is it?
If about the situation, the political situation, Ukraine's first major city's been taken.
Oh God.
By Russian forces. Fuck's sake.
God.
For what? I just don't get it. What for? What? It's you're not getting anything out of it. Why?
Apart from greed.
There's a poor story I saw the other day where on the news where there was airstrikes going on outside, and then underground.
Oh yeah,
there's a hospital, and this little kid was being born.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just wrong. And like anyone, like honestly, do you know what I do like is I don't try and. One thing we must not do, I think, is to
go there.
No, not just go. I think we need to keep voicing it and condemning it. I do think we need to keep condemning it when it ever gets mentioned. But I think what we need to do is make sure that people that are Russian, for example, Russian Chelsea fans, for example, don't drag them. I bet, like, I saw one on TFT the other day, and he's like, "Not all Russians are bad. I'm not supportive of this." And he has actually got family on both sides of the border.
Even look at the press conferences that they're trying to pile on Thomas Tuchel. I mean, come on, show a bit of dignity.
Leave it out, man.
Huh?
To talk about the football.
Yeah,
he's there to do a football press conference. You know what I mean?
The first question was the first question because I actually seen the full interview. The full question was, Thomas, you take on Luton in an FA Cup tie, which could be seen as a tricky tie. Which, yes, I agree, could be seen as a tie. Going to a team that is sixth in the Championship, tough place to go. Blah blah blah. Go on with the rest of the conference. Second question, Roman Abramovich is looking to cut ties and potentially sell the club. What has that got to do with?
What has it got to do with Thomas Tuchel? It doesn't affect Thomas Tuchel in any way. He's still the manager.
Yeah. And he went, and his response was, "I'm here to take charge of the football, not to take charge of the politics."
Yeah. I literally, honestly, sometimes it needs to be, and I don't recommend this, to be honest. Some of Arsenal's journalists, like some of the questions, you do think some of the questions that are asked, you actually do think, like, how stupid are you? If you've got to be that stupid to be a journalist, I could do it. I could come up with better questions in a heartbeat. And when they do answer a question, they give you a bullshit response, which is what usually Arteta does. Like, they don't ever go back. Yeah, but what? Say, like, he says, "Oh, I had to get rid of him because he was a bad egg, this, that, and all the other." I remember he said that about Aubameyang, and no one ever said, "What about Granit Xhaka?"
Yeah, there should be a follow-up question.
Well, yeah, I would have literally gone, but Granit Xhaka's has done as, but you could say Granit Xhaka's been worse than Aubameyang since his time at Arsenal, couldn't you?
And then he's like, well,
Yeah, it puts him straight on the spot.
his response
But
was handsome.
yeah, but you know what I mean. It's some of the journalists. I'm like, honest to God, seriously, can you do any better?
Well, they asked Ollie about the Ryder Cup. I don't know if you remember that. They said, well, what do you think about the Ryder Cup?
What's it got to do with him?
And Ollie was like, well, I don't follow golf. And I'm like, well, and if you follow golf or not, it's irrelevant. What's relevant is Manchester United versus A.
Yeah. Versus A, B, or C, whoever you're playing. Well, that's what it is. It's a press conference on the game that is coming up. It's not a press conference about the Ryder Cup, otherwise it'd be Ryder Cup press conference. It's a press conference about the game that you're about to play. So what you should be doing is talking about the game that's coming up, right? If someone's gone and had a long break at playing the Ryder, like watching the Ryder Cup, and has come back late for training, you could ask then, saying that has his trip that watching the Ryder Cup affected his preparation for this game? That could still be relevant. That's the only relevance it could come into.
And even that's too clever for the English journalists.
I know, but it's stupid. It's just like,
journalism has dropped,
man.
I think it's because of social media, isn't it? The reason why journalism has dropped off a lot more, because you get kids on the internet who'll put like Martial's toenail has just tweeted, I think we should drop Ronaldo, or Ronaldo's the problem. Like,
but I'm sitting there.
I have no idea how Ronaldo.
No, but they know how easy it is to come up with stupid stories to mug every other fan off on social media,
and to get people fighting over each other. I remember Goldbridge made a point the other day. He said, "Wonder if the Glazers are the ones running these accounts, because." What you find out is they'll put out stupid tweets or something. The fans will start fighting against each other, and then the Glazers just sat back. Oh, don't worry, they're just fighting over.
This is the thing. Is like, but also some of these journalists, they know their story will get so many hits and clicks if it causes chaos. So they come up with the most stupidest stories to cause chaos. To literally not worry about the actual club, to cause chaos. That's all they do. Like, and that's why I kept saying to people that, like, oh, this guy said this guy said that, and you really believe that? Like, don't believe what this lot say. Like, what one newspaper's saying in one story, the other newspaper's saying it's totally wrong and it's bullshit. Right? So don't believe. The only one I believe really is maybe Adrian Charles is not bad.
Simon
Romano is pretty good. Charles Watts and Jonathan Wheatley, no.
I think Fabrizio Romano's a bit overrated, actually. I think
for me, he's about as reliable as it gets.
He's basically the Jermaine Defoe of journalism. Wait till the ball gets to you. Wait till the information is there, and then I'll be there to tap it in and say, yeah, here we go. After everyone else has made a mistake about it or got it right, got it wrong.
But then to be fair, mate, though, there has been at times he's called things early, he has got it right. And I do feel at least I know with Fabrizio, I know it's going to be like, I do feel there's some relevance to it.
Yeah.
If I hear something come out, so say like, if I heard Jonathan Wheatley or some other or I heard a Man United journalist a random Man United journalist come out and say like it's just saying like, meanwhile Fabrizio Romano says United are very keen on Lewandowski. If that came out of Fabrizio's mouth, I'm more likely to believe it.
Yeah,
if it comes out of someone else's, I'm more like bullshit. You see what I mean? Because of that reputation.
Yeah.
And that's only built by getting things right. And most of the time he is right.
I think Lewandowski stays where he is, personally.
Oh yeah, he'll stay where he is. He ain't going to Man United. Why would he want to go to Man United?
Why would he want to go? Because he was linked with Arsenal as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, yeah. Why would he want to go to Arsenal, for God's sake? Honestly. But there you go. I mean, we're gonna like we're gonna wrap it up in a minute because I've got hospital in the morning as well. But if people are still watching and people are still wanting to, if people do want to come on, the link is there. But yeah, do you think you're gonna get top 4, Mike?
Oh God.
Yes or no?
I'm just gonna say no, because then if we get it, it feels a bit better.
Okay. Oh, look at that! Out of 11 votes on the poll,
I can see us getting it, but the only way we're gonna get it is if you drop off.
yeah. If you look at the poll, 55% say Man United, 45% say Arsenal. There you go then. But yeah, there you go.
Well, I voted United.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I say Arsenal. Arsenal should get it. Arsenal should get it. Whether they do is another matter.
That's what I mean. Arsenal should get it, but it's
Oh
not.
my life. It's yeah. The only thing I could say is that some of the games in hand are not easy games, like Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool. I think the way Chelsea are playing, and don't get me wrong, the way Chelsea have been playing in the league, and the way they played tonight, for instance, if we played well, the way we played against Man City, for example, we could nick a point. We could nick a point out of Chelsea. I'm not joking. We could actually do that.
Could even beat them.
Yeah, we could even beat them if we played that well. But I would say I'll keep level-headed and say a point, and that's just me being optimistic. But if we don't, then serious questions have got to be asked. Like, serious questions have got to be asked if we don't make top 4 because we don't win any of our games. Like, of our games in hand. We only have to win one game in hand to go above you. That's the thing.
The thing is, right, I don't know if you agree with this or, people in the chat agree with this. It's basically like it's Arsenal's to lose, but it's also United's, Tottenham's, West Ham, Wolves is to gain. And it's basically like, is this, I think this is exactly the same with the bottom of the league. It's whoever blinks first will not get it. It's basically survival mode. If Tottenham start to drop points, they'll be gone. As soon as West Ham start to tail off, they'll be gone. Then Wolves, then it's going to come down to that game at the Emirates.
Have you played like was it that game that you play on a pool table where you have to pot a ball to stay alive?
I
don't know what it's called now.
I do know. Snooker shooter.
It's I think it's snooker shooter. Oh, no, it's not. It's something. It's a different name. I know what it is. Basically, you have to pot a ball to stay in the game. You get 3 lives, right? If you pot the black, you get an extra life, right? If you miss one, you lose a life.
The concept of this, yeah.
If you also commit a foul, which means pot the white or anything like that, you lose a life. So yeah, it's kind of like that.
If you lose a game, and it's like less chance to get into.
That's what I'm saying. So, and with our game as well, we got 3 strikes. That's with Arsenal. That's how Arsenal are at the minute. We're like that at the minute.
How many games have got in hand?
I thought you were live.
I ended it.
Why?
Because Mike wanted me to come on here.
Okay.
And I've deleted the stream anyway, so it's fine.
There was no people watching, so I don't get why you made a bloody tweet about it.
I've deleted it anyway, so
I don't know why you were doing a match reaction anyway. I thought you did all the content.
Mate, I've deleted it. I've deleted the stream.
Did you watch the Luton game?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. Why didn't you do a watch along then instead of?
Because I wanted to do a watch along, but the trouble is, Pete, I had to go out due to family stuff and all that stuff. So,
did you watch the game then? If you went out,
I did watch it. I watched it on my phone.
Oh.
But no. However, I've deleted the stream. I'm not happy with 2-3 people watching. You know what I mean?
I've got 3 people. Do you know what? Look, hang on a minute. Before anyone goes anywhere, I've got 4 people watching now. I'll big
That's
up every
good,
single
man.
one of them.
That's good, man.
Well, you just said it's rubbish.
What's the difference between 3 and 4?
But look,
No,
anyway,
because
it
I
doesn't matter.
thought
Like,
no,
I've got
everyone
4
left,
people
and
watching
I'm
in
like, I
total.
just got bored.
No, but I'm sorry, but I've got 4 people watching in total. Right? And,
Yeah, but anyway,
right, I big every single one of them up. I had about 0 people watching for about 2
I had
minutes.
9 people
3 minutes.
watching at the start of the bloody stream. I thought it was going to go well, man.
That means
Yeah,
it was
but
9 at the start.
Luca, like I said, I had 0 people watching at the start for about 3 minutes, but I don't mind because most of the people that I know that aren't going to be able to watch it.
I had a
have already
couple of
said they're
people
gonna be
who
busy.
came on. I had a couple of Chelsea fans came on quickly when they had to go and said their say, which was fine. I didn't have a problem. Then I had an Arsenal fan came on.
Probably asking what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, no, I was going to carry on with the player ratings, but everyone left, so I just deleted it.
Yeah, why
and
are
then
you
that's
doing
it.
player ratings for Chelsea?
No, it was pointless. It was pointless. Everyone left, so it was pointless.
It's pointless doing the bloody Chelsea Luton match reaction anyway. When you're a bloody Arsenal fan, are you an Arsenal?
But some people might do other club match reactions anyway.
Yeah, if your shows, but your channel you say is about Arsenal content.
It is, but obviously, I just felt like doing an FA Cup match reaction. Something to do, innit?
Do it general. Do like a whole match reaction. Do it
It's
general.
done now anyway. I'll probably delete it in a minute anyway. Deleted it anyway. So
is when we lose to if we lose to Tottenham, mate.
Thomas teacher.
Play that again. Play that again.
If you didn't hear it the first time,
play that again. Can't hear it.
You did it the first time, wrong one.
No, I couldn't hear it.
When we lose if we lose to Tottenham, mate.
Thomas teacher.
No, if we lose.
And he's a Man United fan with the other clip. Viva
But anyway, man, never mind. I'll probably just keep the stream. It is what it is. It wasn't the greatest stream. You know what I mean? There's no point bloody deleting it now. It's a bit silly if I delete it. You know what I mean?
Well, no, just keep it.
Did you just end it, or did you say thanks for watching?
I just ended it straight away because I was going to carry on to the 11 o'clock. But Nippon messaged me, asked me, "Can I come back on?" I said no. I just ended it because everyone left.
See, Nippon wanted to stay on, and oh my god!
Yeah, but you asked me to come on here on Twitter. That's why I ended it.
Well, like, just tell him like I'm busy. Like,
yeah, but Mike wanted me to bloody come on here, so I ended it.
He's not going to be offended if you're saying I'm live at the minute.
You could have just said. You could have just said, just leave it today, Mike. I'll come on another time.
No. Mike, you kept saying, come on.
This is what I said. Like, if you plan to do it, you decided to plan the stream when you knew I was going to go live at 9.
Yeah.
It was going to fuck both of us up.
Well,
that was the point I was trying to make. Like,
it's done now anyway.
It just fucked everyone up.
And not just that, you need to create some sort of schedule, Luca.
I'm doing. I did create a schedule for this. I created this yesterday.
No, I mean a weekly schedule. So like your subscribers.
Yeah. What you need to do is you need to write down what shows you're doing. Hello, everyone, and then put it in what days you want to do them on.
Yeah, man.
Like, apart from previews, because obviously previews are dependent on where you can get your fan from and when they're available. But like, then you have a plan of what shows you're doing and what. Because like, I've got so many different shows. And this is the thing. I've got so many different shows. I've got a Hot Off the Pressure. I've got an EPL review shows that then there's other teams that can come on. And you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Good, man. How you doing, bro?
Good.
I think you're sweating your arms off now after.
He's happy, man.
Like after that result.
That's my charger.
I'm mixed, man. Look, we got through. Look, it's that thing. Like, we got through, but at what cost?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, how did you feel that Chelsea played overall?
Good. I just hope for Roman we win this trophy now.
Yeah, that'd be really good
Honestly.
if you lot do win that.
Yeah, I heard he's
send him
still
off with a
serviced the check
trophy.
that you wrote to him as well.
In the charge.
Look, everyone who's saying, "Oh, Chelsea in the mud, Chelsea is the time over."
Oh, they're stupid,
No,
mate.
it's not Roman. Whoever's saying that is just dumb.
Hmm?
Roman ain't stupid. He's not gonna sell to a bum. He's gonna sell to someone who has a
Trust me,
similar
this
ambition
is
to him.
why, Nippon, this is why he's not letting it be seized. If he lets it be seized by the government, then it's down to the government to sell it, right? And then it's down to the
Yeah,
government
then the
as
government.
well. The government
Then
will
the
just sell it
government
to
will
the
just.
to the highest bidder. So they'll
Yeah.
sell it. They
Yeah,
don't
and
care who
the
it sells
government
to.
will just sell it to their mates who are the Americans.
No. What they'll do is they'll sell it to the highest bidder. So if the Americans put the highest bid in, they'll buy it, right? That's how it works. Whereas if he does it this way, he services all the debt for Chelsea so that they stay stable. Plus, also he gets a say on who's he selling it to, right? And who's going to come in and take over. Because also the board's got to be replaced as well because that's all his people. Like certain people in there are his people, and the new government of Chelsea will want to put their own people in, and he's going to make sure that all is smooth and trans over, so it doesn't affect anything on the football pitch.
Mike, I'm setting
that's current.
Mike,
Hang on a minute, Luke. Let me just try and get Nippon's thoughts on this. Go on. Go on, Nippon. You saying?
The current front runner, the current two front runners to buy the club are Saudi Prince Al Walid bin Talal and an Egyptian billionaire called Lofty Mansour. Yeah, and
Okay.
I prefer the Egyptian guy because he's actually a Chelsea fan, and he also has a season ticket.
Okay.
At the
Yeah,
club.
that's always a help. That's always a plus. That's always a plus.
Not just with the Saudis, obviously with the whole human rights and. Huh?
Who just dropped out?
I think it just dropped out. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like as long as it's the right owner, Abramovich won't sell. What is the time limit?
Because he ain't stupid.
I don't think there'll be a time limit. I think there's probably about a year or two, probably. If there's going to be any time limit, it's probably about a year or something, because it takes a while. These things don't happen overnight. These things take time.
Yeah, he won't be. Look,
people expecting, and this is the thing. Like, I'm sorry, Nippon. Just so it's like what's happening with Haas F1 team. Everyone's expecting Chelsea and Haas to drop. Well, Haas Uralkali, which is their Russian title sponsor, right? Which supply all their money, most of their money for this season. Which if they don't have that money, they won't last till the end of the season, let alone next season, because Gene Haas, their owner, won't put any more money in, right? Because he spent enough. So they need what the FIA needs to do in that sense is either help them be sold to Andretti, which is what the FIA don't want. They want 26 drivers. They need them to. They need to help Haas find another sponsor, which they should be able to do anyway because they're more competitive this year, by the look of it. But anyway, towards Chelsea is as well. Abramovich will sell. It takes time. People think it's just going to happen overnight, and people think it's not going to happen overnight. Are thinking that Chelsea are stalling. They're not. It just takes time. It just takes time. That's all.
They probably won't be sold until 2 seasons' time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It takes
Not
time.
the season coming up 22, 23, 23, 24 is probably when new owners will be in.
Yeah. And we don't know how long this conflict's going to last and this situation's going to last. But
he's taken over, like I said earlier, he's taken over the first city, hasn't he? So,
well, yeah, but then there's the Ukrainian stubborn resistance already that's costing him a lot. and plus then you've got the economy that's being grounded to a halt because all businesses all Russian businesses.
It's
and
probably a
billionaires
different Egyptian
are
guy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's it's probably someone different, but yeah, all of it.
What was the final score
gonna
between
be-
Liverpool and Norwich? 2-1, wasn't it?
Sorry, let me just finish this point, Luca. Like I was just ending it on this one, is that all the billionaires, all the businesses, all the oligarchs, all of them that are Russian owned or are Russian, they're going to be severely crippled, because what it will do is cripple their economy, and a government will not be able to wage war on another country without a good economy. If Russia's economy is crippled, they will not be able. Simple as that. That's how you do it without firing a shot. It's the only way you can do it without firing a shot at the Russians. It's like killing them without using any bullets. Right, to be honest. And it's the only way to avoid World War III as well. But there you go, that's a different matter entirely.
Taken way longer than what it could have done if impactful in power.
But Conky has animal rights. Allegedly, like, I'm not sure about that, and I'm not probably gonna get into it as well because I don't know much about it. If there is a case, I'd have to look it up, but I don't know much about that sentiment, so I'm not gonna go too much. I'm not gonna report on something I don't really know. In case I say something out online, it's very easy to trip up on something. But as all the sales, there, look, they will have an impact somehow, but there you go. But it's. Do you see yourself winning it now, Nippon?
Sorry?
Do you see yourself winning in the FA Cup this season?
Maybe. Our curse at Wembley has to come to an end at some point. Just has to.
Mm.
Not all trophy droughts last forever. Same way, not all curses last forever. Yeah.
Do like Spurs?
Unless you're Spurs. Unless you're Tottenham or Bayer Leverkusen.
What?
Bayer Leverkusen.
They haven't won anything in ages, mate.
Yeah.
Why?
In fact, their trophy drought. Can I tell you something? Their trophy drought has lasted longer than Tottenham's.
Yeah, I know.
Leverkusen's trophy drought has lasted longer than Tottenham's.
Jesus, I didn't know that. To be honest. I didn't know that. So there you go. It shows how much I know about European football.
Won the Carling Cup in 2008, didn't they? Or 2009, was it?
Something like that. I think so.
What was it, Nippon?
Yeah. 2009, I believe it was.
2000 and I think it was 2008. They won it against us.
That was when Jonathan Woodgate was there, wasn't it?
But Steve was a Chelsea fan in that final, though, right?
What?
He was a Chelsea fan.
I bet Steve was a Chelsea fan in that final.
Who, me?
Yeah. Chelsea versus Tottenham.
You trying to swear at me? How dare you?
Nah, look. No, look. I mean, who did you support in that 2008 final, which that team won?
No, yeah, I support anyone that says. I support anyone that goes against Tottenham. Is that what you mean? Yeah. I thought you actually meant I was actually a Chelsea supporter. Fuck off. No.
No, I meant for that particular final.
Yeah, for that particular final because it's Tottenham. Yeah, I'll get you that one. Yeah.
There's a lot of Arsenal fans actually hate Chelsea more than they hate Tottenham.
Well, they need
Idiots. Then.
it. Well, I get their point because Chelsea have actually in the last
Oh,
couple of
relevant.
years been the team we should be looking towards
For
them.
some, I met an Arsenal fan who hates, like, in order, like, it's Tottenham. Sorry, now number 2
Luca.
Yeah.
Chelsea
Yeah.
and number 3 Tottenham.
Big
Well,
up,
my
man.
top 3 for rivalry. Well,
Why
top
is
4
everyone frozen?
Leeds. No, Liverpool 1, Leeds 2, Arsenal 2, Man City 4.
I thought I recognized you. You're Mike, aren't you?
Yes.
It's
Wait,
Mike.
do you hate?
Pardon?
Oh, he's gone. His internet's gone.
You hate?
Hang on, Nippon. Come back when you got a better signal. Come back when you got a better signal.
Oh dear, man.
Luca. Yeah. So, what did you make of this? What did you make about this top 4 fight?
Like I said, and I said this on a couple. I was on a stream last night on someone else's channel yesterday. I'm not going to mention the channel, but I said, right, that I still think we're in the mix. I still think Manchester United will get top 4, and I'm still sticking by it. Whatever, I don't care what anyone says. But this top 4 is going to look interesting now. Like I said, with Arsenal, we need to keep the consistent going. What I'm worried about is it's just when we play those games in hand. That is what I'm worried about. Like when we've still got to play Manchester United at home. We've still got to play Chelsea away, Liverpool at home, Liverpool at home. I'm trying to think who else. Tottenham away, West Ham away, and yes, we're on a bit of a good run now. It was a great win a week ago against Wolves. I was there, and it was a really good win. And for me, we need to keep this top 4 consistent going. And yes, Manchester United are not quite out of it yet. I don't know why Manchester United fans feel like they're out of it, but they're not. And
You've seen the
West
games they're
Ham,
playing.
I bet
West
next
Ham
Man
are-
United are out of it, Josh, yeah.
they're not out of it. Niall makes a good point. And
I don't think they are.
and West Ham are not out of it.
West Ham are out of it. They're not going to be able to do.
No,
They've got
I
the-
think,
Top 4
think West
between
Ham are
3
out of it.
teams. Top 4.
No,
is
man,
between-
West Ham are out.
Top
Yeah.
They
4
ain't
is
beating
between
Liverpool.
3 teams. It's between West Ham, United, and Arsenal.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay,
between
I think
Tottenham
so,
are out.
talking about,
Tottenham are
wasn't
out.
Wolves is an outside bet. Wolves look really good under Bruno Lag.
Tottenham is also included in this. I'm sorry, they are
But-
included.
But for my 4th spot, right, I think Manchester United will get it, in my opinion. And I think we'll finish 6th place. And I'm still going to stick by it.
Who's finishing 5th?
5th, West Ham.
What?
Please let me have what you're drinking. Change strong.
Man United will get 4th, West Ham will
We're
get
more
5th, and Arsenal get 6th.
consistent than West
Mate, the
Ham.
reason why I don't think we'll get top 4 because I feel like how we're going to do against these big games. Right?
Oh, come on, man. We've
And
been most
if
consistent out of all the top 4.
come on.
Yes, we
man.
have been the best
Come
team out of
on.
the top 4 consistency recently, right? But people have got to remember, and this is what people are forgetting, right? And I say this every time on my channel, right? Is that it all depends how we do against Liverpool and Chelsea.
No, it
Those two
doesn't.
games, it does.
To win them games.
Mate,
No, it
we're not going to
doesn't,
beat
Luke.
Liverpool. We're not going to beat Chelsea.
No, Luca. Your big game is Tottenham United.
Luke,
Say that
when
again,
you're
sorry,
gonna
one
get
at
it,
a time.
when you're going to get it through, when you're going to get it through to you that Man United keep dropping.
Yes, they do
points
keep dropping points.
every fucking game.
Yes, they do keep dropping
If
points
they're
at the
dropping
moment.
points against Burnley, they're going to drop
Stephen,
points.
Exactly.
you've got
They're
to
gonna drop
remember.
points against Liverpool.
Right, think about it, right? Remember the season,
I
right,
agree
Mike?
with
When Man United played Leicester on the final game of the season. What season was it? Was it 1920
Keep
season,
dropping
right? Man United won
points,
2-0, right? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Man United, right, were 5th in the table, I think, or something like that, and they managed to finish 3rd or 4th. United always find a way to get into the top 4.
No.
I'm not saying if they don't get it or they will get it. Huh?
Luca, Luca, by this point, we're in good form going into the latter stages of the season. This time, we're not.
Luca, they are in free fall. They are shit. We're better than them.
Yes, I know we're better
We
at the
are
moment.
better than them.
But what I'm trying to say is people have got to remember, right? Look, I'd love to get Champions League football. I love to be proved wrong, right? I love being proved wrong. I hate being right. But what I will say is, right? I just feel that we need.
You mean you hate being right when you want to be proved wrong?
That's
I
the
mean-
word. But what I'm trying to say is, right? The reason why I don't think we'll get top four.
Oh, I'm not gonna go there.
Mate, the reason why I don't think we'll get top four, right? Because we didn't address anything in the January transfer window. And you never know, we might still get top four. I personally don't think we will because of the consistency. And I'm worried about the game in hand. So we got to play. And I know that Wolves game, right? Do I think we deserve to win? Yeah, probably, yes. But at the same time, there was moments at that game, and I was at the game, Wolves played very well. And
Did you win the game or no?
Yeah, of course we won the game.
Yeah. So what? So why are you still going on about it? You won the game.
We're doing. Hang on.
I know, but it's just the performance from like beginning of the first half and all that stuff. And
no, Luca,
I just feel. Look, Stephen. I finished this last sentence, and then you lot can say, yeah. I just feel right. It's just the consistency how we need to keep up. Yes, we're playing very well. Yes, we're looking very good. Yes, we're in the top four race. I'm loving Arsenal at the moment, but what I'm trying to say is, Stephen, is we need to keep the consistent going. And for me, I'm just worried about those games. You know what, Stephen?
We've been the most consistent this season
I won't speak.
out of all the teams in the top four. What are you on about? Start me to be consistent. And I'll speak when I bloody want to. By the way. Thanks. Can I just make a very good point here? Right? Man United, right, can't seem to bag a win, let alone, like, they don't seem to lose games, but they can't seem to bag a win. They can't beat Watford. They can't score against Watford. They can't score against Burnley. Come on, man. Like, Man United are going to keep dropping points. We've been the most consistent of any of the teams that are in this top four fight right now, right? Or of all of them, right? And I don't like Arteta's next man, but I can't sit here and lie and say that we've got to start being consistent. We are consistent. We've been consistently good, right? In previous times, we would have bottled against Wolves in both games. But this season, and unlike Man United, who have bottled that situation, every time they've played, they've bottled that situation we've been in. We end up beating them. Right? And that's the difference.
Our reason for bottling
They
it
play shit, they don't win games. We play shit, we end up winning games. So what? I don't get it. You're trying to find any reason not to be fourth.
This guy's right. He's absolutely spot on. You guys have been riding your luck for quite some time now.
No,
And it's
I
bound to run
disagree.
out.
To be fair, Nippon, so is Man.
I disagree.
So, yeah, and I disagree.
I think we've been playing good past 3 months. I think in the start of the season,
Go on, say.
we were playing very poorly and we were losing a lot of games. But since around November, December, we've been playing well in a lot of games. We have. And that's why we won a lot of games as well. Because we are not good enough to win games without playing well. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't smash teams 3-4-0, but we don't have the players to smash teams 3-4-0. Or we get a 1-0 here, we get a 2-0 there, get a 2-1 here. You know, we are consistent. And that's why even though we've played 2-3 games less than our rivals, we are still up there with them. I think if I can take out the bias and the dislike I have of the manager, we have to be honest. There's a different Arsenal now than 3-4 months ago. I mean, even the fact, do you remember against Villa when Lacazette scored the equalizer and they were celebrating like we won the game? You know, when Pepe equalized against Wolves, he didn't celebrate. He took the ball and then ran back.
Yeah.
And that's the change of mentality. And we have to give it. If when they're doing something well, if I can criticize them when they do something bad, then surely I should praise them also when they do something well. It shouldn't just be negativity just for the sake of it.
I'm sorry, but anyone that's sitting there saying Arsenal are just basically writing us off for any little reason, you're looking for shit, to be honest. And I don't like Arteta. I don't like Arteta at all. I can't stand him. Right? But in the end, I've got to give him his flowers. At the minute, we are on course to finish fourth. Because if you look at the way teams are playing, the way Man United are playing, and the way the results they're getting, and the way the results we're getting, we will leapfrog Man United if we continue. If this trend carries on, which it is going to, because I don't see Man United fixing up anytime soon, we will leapfrog them, whether we win our games in hand or not. To be honest, we could have those 3 games in hand, or we could have just got our games further. Sorry, independent, just got in front of me. But like, yeah, if
sorry,
yeah, sorry.
I was just talking to myself.
That's all right. But yeah, like I said, if we continue, if everything's continuing on this trend, which is the way this season has gone, which is the way how Man United have dropped off, and we've kept improving game on game on game, we will jump them without using our games in hand. Simple.
Yeah. And the thing is this, you create your own luck. You still have to create chances to score goals. You don't get goals automatically. So if we're winning games, it's because we deserve it. When we were losing games, it was because we deserved to lose.
Sentiment. I'd rather play shit. I don't care if we played shit. If we get fourth, I couldn't care.
100%.
Steve Bruce is in the Premier League by playing shit.
Yeah. What would you rather win? Play beautiful football, get smashed every week, or play shit football and end up getting the league or getting in the top 4, which then gets us to go and win the league? Tell you what I'd rather.
Well, that's what else of the Arsenal did.
And sometimes we've been lucky to escape. Yeah, sometimes that lucky game.
Are you still all that breathing, by the way?
I don't know what it is.
It annoying me, mate.
Nipping.
Nipping's on silent.
Yeah, what's up?
It's alright. Arsenal have an
What's up, man?
But I'll definitely as the pick. Play good football and win. Oh, come on, man. I've spent too long under Wenger watching pretty football but never get near the title.
But honestly, Steve, would you rather play
I'd rather win
and win stuff, or play attractive football and win fuck all?
No, that's what I just said.
100%.
I just said, and this is what I'm just saying to sentiment.
You've seen how many years I saw Arsenal under Wenger play pretty football and win nothing, and I saw Mourinho picking up trophy after trophy.
Yeah.
Trust me, winning is all that matters.
We're not
Nobody
talking about.
cares about pretty football. We
Niall,
want to win
sorry, I'll come
trophies.
to you. What's your take on the top four battle as it is? No,
Sorry, right, yeah, can I quite that talking to the other person now?
no. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. What's your take on the top four situation, mate?
I think like I said previously, maybe last week or something, it could go to the last game of the season, but because the team, I think it'll be like one of the race actually, isn't it? There'll be a team vying for it, like for example, a Man United, Arsenal, Spurs can forget about it, West Ham can also forget about it, and Wolves. I think are in the race for it because Bruno Lars is doing a great job. So I think it's between Man United, Wolves, and potentially Arsenal.
Yeah. Luke, can you drop Chris a message on about them?
Look, apparently you need to get into DMs, look.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently.
Dan. There's no Dan here, mate.
Oh, I keep talking
Well, that
about
one's
Dan bald head or something.
I don't know.
Probably.
People want to bring up the great George Graham 1-0, but we had a proper defence. Yeah, but
Listen,
sentiment
different
wise,
managers, different eras. There's no comparison.
we're not comparing them. We're just saying I don't care how we play it as long as we won the title. If we win the title, I couldn't care how we played the game that won us the title. If we had to win the game, if we had to win the title on the last day of the season, right, against, I think we had to do that in 98 against Man United. I couldn't care if we played shit against Everton in that game. I couldn't care it was the worst game in the world. If we went and won, I think we played Parma one time in the Cup Winners' Cup final. We'd scored in about the 23rd minute or something like that. We played shit throughout the rest of the game. I couldn't give a fuck. We won the cup. Couldn't give a shit.
Yeah. Listen,
Right.
when you lift the trophy, nobody cares what you did to lift it.
Yep.
True.
All they worry about is the honours list at the bottom. How many times do we look up when we want to banter teams about what the honours they've won? We don't look about how they won the game, how they won that honour. They just look at they've got this. Right? They don't look at how they got it. They just look at what's on the honours list. So there's no description underneath, unless you want to start adding descriptions underneath. By all means. But yeah, I mean, I'll come to each of you because
I feel like top four is Arsenal's to lose now.
Yeah,
They won't find a better
Yeah,
opportunity.
people are saying that
when
Arsenal,
everyone else
Arsenal
is
to lose
dropping
now.
points. Do you know what's funny is that everyone else has dropped points and it's put the pressure on Arsenal because we've had to play last out of those teams. Now, usually when we've done that, we've bottled it, right? When we've played first, the pressure goes on. We've usually been better when we've played first. We haven't had the pressure, right? So, play good football and win. I've seen enough defensive football under Arteta. Well, fine, man. As long as you're happy with that, that's fine.
Listen, if you want to be entertained, go and watch American sports. It's lots of entertainment, lots of cheerleaders.
Go see Robbie Williams. He loves to entertain people.
What
a song! What a track!
Yeah.
What a tune! But yeah. Like I said, I don't care as long as I win a title. I don't care.
And we have to be honest. I don't think our squad is good enough for us to play offensive, attacking, beautiful football and win games.
He's got a point. He's got a point as well. But what I will say, what I was trying to say, I think is that I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, the way like with Man United, the way they're dropping points right now. It'd be so wrong to not count Arsenal as favourites right now, and that's just me. But I'll go around and ask each of you about top 4 and who's going to get it. Mike, who do you think's going to get it?
Screw everything that I said. Man United.
Nippon? Nippon?
You going back at the bus?
Tough one. God. Probably Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie.
Never message me again, Nippon.
Yeah. Oh, by the
No,
way,
but-
I'll just also say...
Okay, Man United. Okay,
no,
Man
no,
United,
No,
Mike.
Nippon, just go with what you believe in. What do you believe? Who's going to get it? No
Better be along
bias
the
in
bus.
it. Just...
Yeah, but look at the guy next to me, how he responded when I said what I actually believed would happen.
I was joking, man.
He's joking. He's
That's
joking,
nothing. I'm
you
just
man.
banging, mate. Don't worry about it, mate.
Okay,
Just banging.
I think Arsenal will do it. Unfortunately.
What about you, Niall?
What? Who'll finish in the top 4?
Yeah,
You mean?
who will finish 4th?
I toss it back on you at the moment. I still believe Man United could do it, but if you want to do like a head and tails, I think it's between Man U or Arsenal for the final top 4 spot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I think.
What I was actually trying to say before, I think it was I had it just come back in my head, and it was I lost it again. It's coming in and out of my head like a yo-yo.
Well,
honestly.
you put your right arm in your right arm.
Yeah, leave it.
Right, okay.
Mate, don't start singing that, please.
Wait, no go there.
But yeah, let's not go with that one. I think
No,
Arsenal,
don't.
I think you've got to put them. You got to put them in the 4th for me. You have to. You gotta have to. So but there you go. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there because it's been about an hour and 40 minutes actually. So and I've got a hospital in the morning as well. But yeah.
Get it to 2 hours and then end it, man.
No, I've got a hospital in the morning, so I gotta get.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. But or saying that, Del Boy's just turned up in the chat as well.
Del Boy turned up.
You're a bit late, man. Come on, right?
Hey, Del Boy, do a stream late night.
Del Boy, if you want to come on, you literally got a minute. You got a minute. While we're shouting everyone's socials.
Wait till we've got about 60 seconds.
Yeah.
What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do?
Tell you what, Nippon, Simon Cowell is definitely not picking you up.
Huh?
Simon Cowell is not picking you up.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting a singing.
Are you back to nothing? Are you back to keeping a low profile and a low key?
Don't encourage.
What's why you kicked at me?
Anyway, Mike, where can I find you from, my friend?
Mike Green on YouTube. Just give it a sub. Yeah, there was quite a funny vlog last night where the ref absolutely robbed us, but we're not going to get into that. Yeah, Mike Green on YouTube. Go give it a sub.
Yeah, no worries. He's got a stream tomorrow. No worries, mate. Take care. No, where can I find you, my friend?
Yeah, you can find me on the Twitter handle, which is on the green at NiallKane91. You can find me on Instagram, Niall_Kane, Facebook at Niall Kane, Twitch, NiallKane91. That's pretty much it, really.
Cool. And Nippon, where can I find you, mate?
You can find me on my 2 Instagrams. Nippon with 4 I's and 3 U's. And on Nippon Reviews Cuisines. You can find me on You can find me on Twitter at @VNippenSharma. You can find me on my other Twitter, my official YouTube channel Twitter, NS Sports 93. You can find me on Twitch at Sharma Talks Lifestyles. And you can find me on YouTube at NS Sports TV and on the British Lifestyle Blogger.
God's sake, man, how many channels have you got, man?
Yeah, it's alright. Give it a shout out. But yeah, like I said, you can find us. You know what you can find? You can find us here doing
Mind
the
them, Meg,
usual
about you.
Arsenal football content. It all raises money for charity, as you all know. So make sure you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button. Please do become a member as well. It all goes to a worthy, good cause as well. And also we've also got as well the F1 channel as well, where we do all the F1 content. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button over there as well. Again, all to help Children's Liberties Foundation. And we're back tomorrow with I think it's Live Awareness Show actually. I think. And then we've got a good old SFeatley F1 ranking show on the other channel tomorrow, which is late night. So that's gonna be cool. Rating all the drivers in the turbo hybrid era. So you know who's gonna be at the top.
Yeah, we all know, Steve. No
The goat.
spoilers there.
The GOAT. Mate, it could have been non-turbo hybrid era. He's still going at the top.
Lando
Nah, fuck off. George Russell's where it's at. No, he's the next. He's the new prince. Like that's coming. Like, there you go. But yeah, make sure you do hit the like and subscribe to everyone else as well, and we'll see you soon. Take care.